Her face was the last thing you'd ever see. But before she was a monster, she was something else entirely. She was a priestess, and everyone who saw her fell silent. Her name was Medusa, and she belonged to a goddess, Athena, goddess of wisdom, war, and perfect, untouchable purity. To serve Athena meant one thing above all else: remain untouched. Medusa kept her vow. Her devotion was absolute. But devotion doesn't make you invisible to the gods. One night, the sea began to churn. The god of the ocean had fixed his gaze on Athena's temple. Not on the temple itself, but on the woman inside. Poseidon, lord of the depths, answerable to no one. What happened next was not a romance. It was not a seduction. It was a violation in the house of a goddess. And when it was over, Medusa was no longer who she had been. She waited for her goddess to answer. Athena answered, but not with mercy. The goddess looked at Medusa and saw only defilement. She didn't punish Poseidon. He was beyond her reach. So she punished the one who remained. Her beautiful hair, the hair men had praised, began to change. Serpents, hissing, alive and hungry. Her skin, once warm, hardened to something colder. But her eyes became the weapon. Anyone who met her gaze would turn to stone, forever. Was this punishment, or was it protection? Some say Athena cursed her, damned her for a crime that wasn't hers. Others say she gave Medusa power, a gaze no man could survive. Either way, the world she knew was over. Exiled to the edge of the known world, a place where no living thing would find her, supposedly. But heroes kept coming, seeking glory. They wanted her head as a trophy. But none of them returned. She didn't ask to become this, but she had no choice except to survive. She was no longer a woman. She was a warning. A monster in every story, the villain every hero needed. But now, a new hero was coming, and this one had the gods behind him. His name was Perseus, and he needed something only she possessed. Athena herself had sent him, the same goddess who cursed Medusa. She gave him a mirrored shield to look without dying. Hermes brought winged sandals to strike and escape, and a curved blade from the forges of the gods themselves. They armed him to kill a woman who'd already lost everything. The island was silent when he arrived. Stone faces stared at him, frozen warnings from the dead. He raised his shield and walked backward into her lair. Inside, he could hear them, the serpents, hissing in the dark. And then, he saw her reflection. She was not the monster he expected. She looked tired, like someone who had stopped hoping long ago. But Perseus had a mission, and gods don't accept failure. He raised the curved blade. She never saw him coming. In her final moment, did she feel relief? The blade fell, and her suffering ended. But even in death, her power remained. Her head became his weapon, turning his enemies to stone. Even the gods used her face as a shield. The woman destroyed by a god became a weapon for gods. For thousands of years, that's where her story ended. The monster, the trophy, the victim no one remembered. But stories don't die. They transform. In our time, people began asking different questions. Why was the victim punished and the attacker forgiven? Why do we call the survivors monsters? Medusa became a symbol, not of terror, but of survival. Her face now guards those who once feared her. What the gods meant as punishment became armor. They stole everything except her power to refuse being forgotten. She is still here, in every face that refuses to look away, in every voice that says, "You cannot silence me."